In this case, a yellow hat. I love Lello. I love Lello. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day today. It's after Christmas, but I left my Christmas trees up and Christmas decorations because I'm a maniac. This is not my mic. This is a very small black man from the 70s. So today I want to talk about matching and balancing colors in photos, in portraits specifically, as we do here. And I want to look at a couple of pictures just like we did last time. I really like this format. I think it's going somewhere. I think we're bringing some value here. I want to illustrate this point that simple changes are what really matters when it comes to creating a compelling photo in terms of your colors and how you balance a color with another color. It's always good, I think, to read some design books. I think every art form can influence another art form in some way. Maybe you could go pick up some freaking typography color theory books from the library. That is a common occurrence for me. Maybe Google. We'll stick with Google. We'll do some Googling. So we're gonna jump in and we're gonna talk about these photos and hopefully we can extract beautiful value, like the coal mine workers of Chile extract coal. So the first photo we're gonna look at today is this one. I think I think this is the epitome of what you would hope to find on the street. This is a pretty insane background, and I think you have to go to some pretty special places to achieve something of this magnitude. But I love how the colors just play off of each other so nicely here. The colors completely match. Her face and her hair have this more kind of earthy tone going on, and then she has the glasses. Creates a very aesthetically pleasing photo. Her on her own would have been a lovely picture, right? Because she has a lovely stylish aesthetic going on. But you add the background into that, and then it's just a whole new level of awesome. This would have also been cool, I think, on maybe a like a darker background. Maybe a beige, something of that sort. Does that make sense? As we go through this video, we're going to hold this as the epitome of what you would like to achieve on the street. I'd love to find this every day, but alas, we do not always find such a thing. Okay, next photo. I think this photo is very interesting because I think it just very blatantly illustrates how good it is to have everything in your frame be one type of tone and then have the main focus point be another type of tone. So her face is very, is warm. Her hair is pinkish, gives off that kind of human pinkish element thing going on there. And then the background and her hat and her clothing, umbrella, all of this stuff is very cool. And the photo processing helps out with that as well. So that's always good to achieve if you can. Very hard to achieve, I think, though. But it is good nonetheless. So I really love this photo. I think it's absolutely fascinating. Most people are not going to come across this scene in their daily lives unless you do live in Mali, which is where this photo is taken. Most people aren't going to come across this, but I think there are principles here that can apply in a very real way to wherever you are in the world. The whole environment is the same color, which is freaking awesome. I wish I had that around here a little more. I'm sure that would get a little bit old and depressing, but I guess color is a good thing. But that would be really cool in terms of taking photos, to have the same background and just figure out really nice things to put on that background. But anyway, so the background is completely legit, and then the people balance and play off of each other so nicely, I think, because you have the blue girl in the front that has the blue girl. You have the girl in the front with a blue dress that is carrying baskets on her head, and then and she's on the left side of the frame, right? And right in front of this door, which I also think is very interesting. And then you have the person in the background, further back on the right, who is in kind of a red dress, also with baskets. And so they're the same, but they're different. And that's very pleasing. I think that's super interesting. This photo is fascinating. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, so this photo is a little bit awkward. It's got kind of a strange, different kind of framing. A lot of people may not like it. It's kind of polarizing, interesting things going on here. I think there's a lot of interest to it because on one hand you have, well, for one, it kind of balances itself out compositionally because you have the clock over on the top left, and then you have a little splash of red on the white, and then whatever's in the foreground. I don't know, straws, chopsticks, probably. I'm guessing. Yeah, and so in terms of color, what I like about this photo is you have these very kind of subdued, almost depressing gray elements going on, and then you have these splashes of red throughout the photo, and it kind of anchors it out really nicely. I just like it because it's such an interesting, weird photo. It makes you think. Yeah. So this is a photo of one of my friends taken by another one of my friends, and I like this photo. I think it was a good one to include on this list because of the way that the colors kind of play off of each other. So the top half of the frame, you have this brownish, tannish kind of thing going on, and you have his skin tones that are brownish and tan. There's really only kind of 3 colors going on here. Well, the white, but white that's not a color. That's racist. So you have blue, you have green, you have the brownish color, and you have white. And so the top half of him is this, this brownish wall behind him, and his skin tones kind of play off of that nicely, just a little bit brighter than the background, that kind of thing. And then you have his what is it, a jean jacket? I don't know. I don't own one, so I don't know what it is. It's blue, very nice pastel blue. Then you have his hat, which I believe is blue as well, and his jeans, darker blue. And the top half of him is this wall. And then the bottom half of him is this layer of green grass. And it's just super interesting, but it's a very common scene that you would come across. It's not something elaborate. It's not you're not walking around an alley in New York with like magnificent graffiti and then the person's wearing like a fedora and a sombrero on top of the fedora and then circle glasses and no pants. That's a different kind of color scheme. This is very common, and I think what the main thing that I want to illustrate through this video is how to take common situations and make them work. It is not about finding the perfect person to background pairing as much as it is the way you think about the situation when you walk into it, the way that your mind is processing what's going on, how you're approaching things, how you're looking around for different elements, and how they can go together. The mind! So obviously we all want this photo, right? We all want that to happen. But on a daily basis, that's not entirely practical that would come about. So I think what is more practical is something like this, which was taken by Will. We all know Will. It's Will. He took someone who's wearing these very cool tones, bunch of blues, that kind of thing, and put him onto a tan background. Very simple, but it makes the photo aesthetically work. Another photo where he does this very interestingly is this one. This is another kind of, I think, color balancing that really makes sense, where you have a background and all the elements are almost they're very colorless, almost black and white in this case, and then you have a splash of color. Just this vibrant splash of color that plays off of the lack of color, and you have this contrast, and it's very nice. In this case, a yellow hat. I love Lello. So it really works here. Well done, Will. You illustrated my point. So simple things, the way you think. That's it. Okay, that's all I have to say, guys. I hope that this brought you value. Also, I want to get in touch with your struggles. I want to figure out what you are dealing with when it comes to street photography. And please talk to me and let me know. Send me messages, tweets, emails, carrier pigeon, phonograms. I don't know if that's a thing. I have an idea of what that would be, but I don't think that's what it's called. Send me messages, and I want to hear about what you're struggling with as a photographer so that I can scratch your itch. And that's it. Like I said, value. Nope, that's not how I want to end this. You guys are great. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Go take great pictures. Go change the world. Goodbye.